Identity work and inner work in itself is so intense, but imagine how intense it can get when you know that you are going to raise a whole new human being. The kind of responsibility that's in your shoulder when you know that a new life is coming, right? Welcome to Inner Work with Pooja. As you have seen, I have rebranded myself this year because this is the direction where I see myself going forward for this channel. So this is the name that resonated the most with me, and I have the same Instagram handle moving forward. So let me fill you in before I move with today's topic, which is inner work and motherhood. I know it's anything and everything I want to share with you today in this episode, especially with what has happened to me last year. I had been away for some months now, and some of you know, right? I was pregnant, and then I had my baby, so I had to be there for him. I wanted to be fully present with my baby, but also for myself. I wanted to be present for myself and go through that journey of postpartum, which so many women talk about. And I'm not kidding you, it is real. The postpartum blues is real. And I'm so grateful that I was already in my inner work journey. I had already done the mindset work. And because of that tools, it really, really helped me to go through that process, to go through that journey way more easily. And that's the thing I really want to talk about this year because I have been through that, and I definitely want to connect with other moms out there who are going through something similar. I'm 5 months postpartum now, and I'm so excited because now I have the energy and the clarity that I need to actually share all my lessons and learning with my queens, with my ladies. So let's get started. Firstly, when do we become a mother? Most of us, we think we become a mom when we hold the baby in our hand. Others might think that we become a mom when we see those two lines in the pregnancy test kit, right? When we finally conceive. But that's not further from the truth. You become a mom when you decide that you want to become a mom, when you have that desire that you are ready to nurture a soul, a new human being, a whole human being, when you feel ready in your heart that yes, I'm ready for more, I'm ready for getting into that next chapter of my life, and I'm ready to accommodate my heart for a whole new human being, to nurture, to love, to cherish, to care for it, right? That's when you become a mom. If you notice me looking down, I'm looking at my notes because I have got so much to share, and like these are the things I want to share, which like purely came out of my channeling, and I did not want to miss anything, right? So I've written down all the things I want to be talking about in this video. And I don't like to edit my video a lot. I like it when it's more flowy, right? Because then it allows me to tap into the stream of consciousness, because some of the things might be coming from here, but some of the things I want to be saying in the moment. And those are the kind of people I'm talking with anyway, right? Because that's the kind of content I consume myself as well. So yeah, please vibe with it. Identity work and inner work in itself is so intense, but imagine how intense it can get when you know that you are going to raise a whole new human being. The kind of responsibility that's in your shoulder when you know that a new life is coming, right? Because if you don't heal yourself, if you still have a lot of trauma in yourself, how will you raise a conscious baby? That's what I mean, right? If you have not even healed yourself. So it all starts with identity shifts and regulating your own emotions. For the longest time ever, I remember myself being a very angry little girl. Even as I became an adult, I still resonated with the part of me which was little and angry, right? And there is nothing to there is no, and it is not about being a victim here, but our parents raised us the best they could. And it is our responsibility to raise our kids the best way we can as well. And sometimes you need to reflect back in your childhood to see where what went well, what didn't go well, and then learn from it. Instead of being a victim, you need to learn from those things and then implement it in your life and make sure you don't make those mistakes again, right? What's the point of experiencing those things if you have not learned the lessons from them? So I was the eldest sibling in my family, and from a very young age, I was raised in a way where I became a mother very early on. I had three siblings below me, and like I actually became. When I think of it now, I think I became a mom when I was 8 years old, when I had my two little siblings. Um, uh, two little siblings. They were twins, and I used to help my mother with like basic things a mom does, like feeding, taking care of them, dressing them, looking after them. So I do feel like I had to grow up before my age, like I had to become an adult quickly. And when I look back into my childhood, I had to grow up quickly. I needed to be the responsible one, the one who was a good example to my siblings. And even though there wasn't really like a tangible responsibility put in my head, other than taking care of them, making sure, like, they were doing their homeworks, like helping them with their studies and all those kind of things. I had that invisible weight on my shoulders where I felt that I needed to be perfect, or I needed to be the best I could because they are looking up to me, right? And because I grew up with that mindset, with that invisible um, rock on my shoulder, I could not be myself fully. Like, I could not be the child, the happy child that I wanted to be. I could not be the girl who could take risk, or uh, not be responsible. I could not be that girl who could chill and like have fun. I was always up to something. I always needed to be. I had to make sure my time was productive. I had to make sure that I was utilizing my time productively. I was making sure every minute counted, and there was no space or place for fun in my life. Even though like everyone around me would be having fun or doing fun stuff, I could not really enjoy those moments. And it took a long time for me to realize that I was not able to have fun, and I really wanted to have fun. I really wanted to feel joy, but I had become this old lady in a young girl's body, if you know what I mean. So for me to actually tap into that little girl, and for me to really for me to really heal myself, and to let that little girl know that now she can have fun, to basically give her permission, I needed to do that inner work. And this really came up when I became pregnant, because I did not want to give the same childhood experience to my where to my baby, where I would make him responsible. And like, I did not want him to feel what I feel. I did not want him to go through what I went through, every because when you are a kid, you're just supposed to be a kid. You are supposed to make mistakes. You're supposed to take risk. You're supposed to be naughty. You're supposed to be everything. You're not just supposed to be responsible. You become responsible gradually as you become an adult. If you don't take risk, how will you ever succeed in life? Because of that perfectionist mindset, I always wanted to please my parents, like do the best in school, be the best in front, be the best sister, be the best daughter, and always be in that perfectionist mode. And this is the thing I did not want. When I became an adult and when I did my inner work, I did not want that identity for myself. I wanted to have fun. I wanted to have a life where I could actually laugh, not just physically, but from my soul. I wanted a life that would light me up from the inside out. And inner work shifted that for me. It did not happen in one day. It did not happen in 10 days. It did not happen in 1 month. But it gradually happened when I made that decision that I am going to heal myself. I'm going to choose fun, joy, love, laughter, and I'm going to live a life which is not only filled with a checklist, with to-do list, with responsibilities, with being a productive and perfect person, but something that would give me joy, right? And when I made that decision, I did not look back. And coming back to pregnancy, right? I was already in my inner work journey when I was pregnant, but these things escalated more when I made the decision to become a mom. Now it wasn't only, now the inner work was not only for me, it was for my baby as well. And I wanted things to be different this time. I wanted him to be raised in a grounded and a happy home. That's why inner work is not just about healing your inner child. Inner work is about regulating your nervous system. Inner work is about working on your identity constantly. Inner work is about the environment that you create in your home. Inner work is about the relationship that you have with your partner, with your family, with your mother, with your friends, and so much more. So we can't really pin that word in one sentence. It's not just about healing. Inner work is not just about going from -10 to 0, where you come to the baseline of feeling safe. Inner work is about going from safe to successful, about it's about going from surviving to thriving. It's about going from scarcity to abundance, not just safety. And this is what you need to know as well. Because most of us out there, especially women, are in survival mode. But now it's the time to not only survive but to thrive. Because it's not just about safety. Safety needs to be your bare minimum. And you need to shift and move from there. So for you ladies out there who are desiring to be a mom or who knows that they are going to be a mom someday, the best advice for you is to start with your inner work. It's not just in one thing. Inner work is just not in that one session when you're journaling or reflecting on yourself or becoming self-aware in one moment. It's a moment to moment decision, and you do it throughout the day, every single day. Inner work is about self-realization and knowing that you need to you need to listen. You're not going to listen to that trickster, that ego in your head, but it's about tapping into that divinity which is within each and every one of us. That is the subconscious mind, right? Because most of the programming happens in the subconscious, and we, even though we know certain things from the conscious, we can't really do anything about it until and unless we don't choose inner work, until and unless we don't tap into that version of ourselves which requires healing. So this is going to be all about that. And remember that the hand that rocks the cradle is the hand that rules the world. Because when a woman decides to heal herself, she heals an entire generation. So if this was something that was useful, definitely subscribe, and I'll definitely share more on this in the upcoming episodes. Until next time, peace, much love, and please keep on creating your inner abundance. Bye.